What is going on? Welcome back to Trending Stocks. Today I want to talk to you about 3 stocks you really need to add to your watch list for this upcoming week that, based on the data points and the fundamentals, do have a very strong likelihood of a squeeze. So I am going to get right into that. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. And with that, let's get right to it. So starting off, of course, when it comes down to economic data, that is a very good kind of starting point that could really prompt a squeeze. And as far as data points coming out, there is kind of 2 things that could prompt it. Well, there's a lot of actual Fed speakers as well on a side note that could really help or hurt the economy. But as far as data points, there's GDP coming out on Thursday and PCE out on Friday. So more specifically, the GDP, if that is very positive, then you'll see a nice little rally within the broader market, especially the last several days. Everything has been hit so much more. So of course, I could give a little bit more additional kind of justification for a little bit more of a rally potentially, and obviously in turn a squeeze. So I'm going to go over the stocks not in any particular order like I always say, but the first one is Beyond Meat, and this one I do have a kind of a love-hate relationship with. I do like the fundamental business, and it has been hit very hard, so it is at a fairly deep discount, which I do like, and shorts know that. But still, at the end of the day, it's just one of those situations that it's a kind of a luxury. So I think it was a little bit more of a phase that was starting in 2020, 2021, and that phase is starting to diminish. But that is just my own interpretation. Keep in mind, I'm not a financial advisor. You guys do your own due diligence. So when it comes down to the 1 year, it is down 50%. Year to date, up 4%, 5%, and based on Friday, it did go up 3.12%. So like I said, even in comparison, if you look at the 5-year, the fact that this was at like $150, that is crazy stuff. And kind of funny enough, even when this actually did go down right here, when it touched I think the $90 mark, I did get in, and I think I had a very tight stop loss, and within I think 20-30 minutes my stop loss was hit. So this stock has been one of those very volatile rides, but it does make my top 3 watch list, short squeeze stock list, because of the fundamentals. So right now the short score is currently 96. Utilization is at 100. And looking right here, the percentage free float on loan is almost 45%. The estimated short interest is almost 44%. So that is like immense. That is huge. And also looking at some additional information, based on Friday, 590,000 shares were returned, but still with 43% short interest of the free float, that is just very substantial. 24.83 million shares overall being shorted, and over and above that as well though, cost to borrow is fairly high. So 183.13 is the average, the max being 266, and the minimum being 133%. So still on the threshold list, but I think at this stage in the game, the whole threshold list doesn't really amount to too much. But again, based on the fundamentals, and if GDP is fairly positive, then you never know, right? And on a side note, if you are looking for a lot of good compiled information, such as press releases, SEC filings, transcripts, dividends, earnings, everything in one, take a look at Seeking Alpha Premium. I do have a link to them in the description below, and also the comments for a 7-day free trial. But again, Beyond Meat is my at least one of the top 3 stocks I do feel has a good likelihood of a squeeze. Second one being right here. So right here, VUZI Corporation. I actually have had them on my list for a while now. Or not a while now, but they've been on my list for last time. And conveniently, during that same week, I think it did go up like 20%, 30%. So definitely it is back on this list. Over the last 1 year, down 30% year to date, up 39%, and based on Friday, fairly flat, so 1% down. But once again, it is the fundamentals and the data points behind the scenes. That is why it's on this list. So starting off with that, so short score is currently 89, utilization is at 100%. The percentage free float on loan is at 25% versus the short interest, estimated short interest, is 26. So clearly a very good indication that there is some naked shorting that is very apparent in this company. 31.26 thousand shares was increased on Friday. And like I mentioned, 26.42% of the free floats being shorted, 15.46 million shares overall being shorted. Cost to borrow, of course, isn't the highest, so it's not anywhere close to Beyond Meat kind of scenarios. But right here, 13.07% is the average, and that's not too bad in all honesty. So once again, based on all the data points right here, definitely could have a very good squeeze. And finally, third one is a new contender, and that is ELVN. So ticker's ELVN. So ELVN Therapeutics. So based on this, the 1 year, it is up 374%. Year to date, it is up 33%, and over just the 1 day based on Friday, 4.74% in the red. But once again, it is the data points, and these ones are kind of extreme. I've never heard about this company, so just be aware of that. But short score is currently 88. Utilization is at 100%. Percentage free float on the loan, it's kind of small, 14.32%. But look at the estimated short interest, 60.32%, which shows a massive amount of naked shorting that is in this company. So definitely with some good GDP numbers coming out, that could very much benefit this company. And right now, based on Friday, shorts did increase 504.36 thousand shares, 16.34% of the, or is the cost to borrow average as well. So kind of high, better than obviously this company right here. But keep in mind, a lot of these comparables, so for instance, this ELVN and also right here, so this VUZI or whatever it is, obviously you guys get what I'm saying, those aren't considered meme stocks. Whereas Beyond Meat arguably can be seen as a meme stock, so this is why you do see a little bit higher cost to borrow, similar to, for instance, the good old AMC. So AMC, I'll give you guys a quick overview of that. Obviously it's not on this list, but still it's something for you guys to be aware of. So right now, for instance, the cost to borrow on them is 360.96%. So once again, let me know you guys' thoughts on these three stocks. Do you think that it's going to amount to anything? Do you think that it's just going to go down? Because right now, I think a lot of this is very much dependent on the fundamentals, like I mentioned, the short interest and so forth, as well as GDP. So once again, let me know you guys' thoughts on all this in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. And while you wait for some very much needed squeezes on some stocks, take advantage of some free promos, and that is with MULN. There is an amazing promo only for a couple days left up until June the 30th. Sign up for a free account, you get one free stock. Each stock is valued up to $2,000, and as you can see, throw $100 at the account, you get 5 free stocks plus a $100 cash reward. So this legitimately is one of the best promos that you can ever get, and it is only for a couple more days. So link in the description below and also the comments. Without further ado, I appreciate you guys watching, and let's all make a lot of money on whatever stocks that you are investing in that is going to squeeze.